If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon to get the latest updates.
Which is SAP S4HANA conversion prepare phase. Okay. We have checked the required patches to the source system. I mean the SAP nodes or whatever is configurations needed in the system. So it is very important to have all those nodes in the system because those nodes or the configuration recommended in those nodes are needed for doing these simplification item checks, custom code analysis, and then cross application preparations. So cross application preparation doesn't mean that, it means that it's a readiness check 2.0. Yeah, I'll update the agenda again. So, as per the textbook, they will refer it as a cross application preparations. Okay. So, yeah, it is a readiness check 2.0. So what we did yesterday, we ran the SI check report in the system, and also we have, we ran a sizing report in the system, right? So let's go and see if they have completed or not. Has anybody looked into the report? Logged into the system and checked? Does
No,
anyone has checked
not
if,
on my side.
sorry?
At least on my side, I didn't check.
Okay, that's all right. So let's see if those two reports have successfully completed and if we can see the results. So let's go to the, log into your systems. So this is the part of the next exercise. If in case if you have not checked it, let me open the exercise file. So let me open another session. No, sorry, not this one. Yes, this one. I will open the exercise so that you know what we are doing now. Course content. It's all right. Materials. So yesterday we were doing this one. Lab 2. Yes. So exercise 1, executing the sizing report, which we did, and then verify the notes, which we did, and verifying of simplification notes we did. So verify the SAP notes of CVI, customer vendor integration. It is not, it is more of a functional, and let's not, it's just that we have to implement notes as part of the basis. If you are really interested, then at the end of the course, if you have time, I will include those slides. Yeah, what is this CVI and stuff. But in this curriculum, generally, even if you look at the ADM328, they have not included this topic at all. Okay. So, well, so what we did, we ran this one. So yesterday, someone has asked a question about what is this data aging. Who is it? What is this data aging? And then the 15 days of retention, residence time in days. So what is this? Or let's open the system. We'll see.
Yeah, it was me,
Who is
Nishant.
that?
Nilesh. Nilesh.
Nilesh, okay, Nilesh. So yeah, I will give you a quick description about it. So let's go to the system. LR EAP3CH. So let's log in, go to the SC38 program slash STF. Yeah, so this report, let's execute it. First thing, /show SM37. Let's see if the job is completed. Yeah, so let's check it out with this. Yeah, 10 steps to S4. This is the user I have used. Let me select the yesterday's date. Yeah, let's execute it. So yeah, HDB sizing, this is our thing. It has completed successfully. So good. I will show you how to check this one. So this has cancelled. We're not sure why it has cancelled. So that's okay. Job log. So it could have completed for 1 or 2, it would have been failed. But in a real, so it says there is an ST22 dump. Okay. So in a real scenario, so if this job ends with an error, so these dumps, right? Whenever we get these program errors or dumps, there's nothing as a basis, or even the outside developers also will not be able to do anything. So it's just that you have to raise it to the ABAP program application component SV SMG SGD. Okay. It is always strongly recommended, without you doing any further fixing or thing, recommended to raise a OSS message to this one and mention that I have run this report and I have also used the latest and these notes has been implemented with a clear description. You send it to SAP. Okay. So SAP will suggest you the fix or a next node to be implemented in the system or whatever the recommendation. So always go with SAP's recommendation, even though you know the fix. Okay. Even though you know how to fix it, but it is strongly recommended for any dumps, ST20 dump during the conversion process. Please raise the OSS message and get their alignment. Okay. So that's the thing. But anyway, this is completed. I've just checked it today morning. So it just throws some error for some few tables, but that's all right. We will be able to see the results. Okay. So now let's check it out. Where is the another session? Where did it go? Yeah. So I'm in this HANA sizing suite. As you can see, displays stored result. So you can check which result you want to see. See, there are multiple things. This is what we ran 11/23/2021, which is November 23, which was yesterday, which we triggered. And they were last year, December 2020, 2019 in a sequential way. You can see these reports. Okay. So this is our report and we will open it. So this data aging limit here, residence time in days or data aging estimations in technical objects. So this one, I've just checked in portals and Google. So you can see there are 3 blocks, very interesting blocks. So let me ping you first before I explain it. Where is this chart? Sorry. So if you want to understand more, so these are the blocks, 2 blocks, and also we have a documentation on the, where is this one? Sorry. So I'm referring, no, here only. Lab activity. Okay, there is one help.sap.com. Let's ping it first. This information I have updated in these updated labs. Don't worry, you will receive it. So let's open this. Okay, so let's try to understand from this definition itself. Let's not get into too much. So data aging offers you the option of moving large amounts of data within the database so as to gain the more working memory. So have you heard of cold data, warm data? Have you heard?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So this is relevant for that one. So what it is trying to do is it is trying to assess. So what is the cold data with 15 days means it is like specifying the data temperature of the data. So data temperature of the data means here they are calculating with the number of days. Okay. If there are any objects which are not being accessed, more than 15 days, right? So then during the sizing report, it will calculate those objects or those tables as a cold data. You got it right? So sizing report, that's the purpose of that one. So whenever it is running this particular report, it will try to assess that what are the objects which are not being used from the older than 15 days. It will calculate it. It will calculate it as a cold data. Got it? So the objects which are being accessed frequently in this 15 days of time. So then it calculates as a warm data. So just to segregate the data. So this is what it means. And if you need more details on this, so you can refer to this documents or how you can. Generally 30 days they put it. That's what I understood from these blogs. Or there's a very interesting blog by somebody. I mean, Janice Gleachman. So he has given a nice explanation about all these things. Okay, what are the objects which belongs to warm and cold? So sizing report. How do you see such data? It has been given. Okay, just check it if you more interested. But at this moment, I think this should be sufficient. You got the answer, Nilesh? Is that
Yes.
okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
So very good. So now, where are we? We are in the system. So let's try to open the report which we ran yesterday, and let's see the display the stored result, sizing result. Good. So the first thing which you need to understand, this particular thing is enough. I mean, if you go in depth also, they keep explaining about various details, but this is the most important thing. See, currently we are on an ERP and Sybase database. So based on the selected tables, the anticipated maximum requirements for this SAP S4HANA is memory requirement. What will be the RAM of this database? It is around 120 GB, 118 GB. So yeah, because you don't get a 118 GB configuration, right? From AWS, you have 32, 64 and 120, 256 like that. So you go with the nearest configuration to this particular thing. So net data size on disk for initial installation. So what will be the net, see, this term you have to be very careful. Net data size on disk for the initial installation, 97 GB. So does it mean that your data size, you are going with only 100 GB or 97 GB, or you're going to have more? Can somebody explain? So suppose you are working on the same system, ERP to the S4HANA conversion, same ERP, let's take it. So what will be, how do you, so this disk space, nothing but your data size, slash HANA slash data, or, you have a data, right? So where you, data volume and the database size. So are you going with this 97 GB only, or how do you decide that? And someone, I mean, this has nothing to do with conversion, any migration you may have to worry about this particular thing. Can somebody answer this? Hello, am I audible, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, so what do they mean is, with the current size of this particular database or the current Sybase data volume, right? So you may need 97 GB, but in a real scenario, you have to assess your database growth. That only your client or, there are some other tools, to assess that, even for Sybase and DB2, every database has it. So you need to assess what is my database size growth in over a period of 1 year or 2 years or 3 years. So in general recommendation, you define this data size at least for considering your next 5 years of data growth. Okay. Right? Last year, what was your database size? Earlier, what was your database size? 50 GB. So you mean if every year, if the data size grows by 20 GB, so you 5 into 20, so you take it 200 GB or 300 GB. Okay. So that's how you have to assess. That's why it clearly says initial data size. I mean, with the current setup of this system, this size is enough, but in future, but you have to define it based on your database growth size. Okay. So estimated requirement after data cleanup, same, the RAM will take care of the whole thing. So in HANA, the entire memory on that particular server, at least 95%. Okay. Have you, have you worked on HANA servers? HANA database? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So have you heard of the parameter FIS memory size, physical memory size, PHYS underscore mem size? Have you heard of the parameter?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. How much do you set that parameter? For example, you have 120 GB of RAM. You can go and check it in your landscape. So 120 GB of RAM. So at least 80 to 90% of the RAM is allocated to the FISMEM size. It means only for HANA. Okay. So which means more or less all the RAM will be used by the HANA itself. When you host a HANA, so that's how we define it. So the remaining 20% will be used for the what OS. Operating system also needs to SUSE, right? SUSE Linux is the operating system. You have on top of it you have HANA. So operating system needs some memory. So the remaining 20% we use for the other OS related operations. Okay. So in HANA it is pretty straightforward. But when you take other databases, there are a lot of calculations you may have to do. How much will be your for DB, how much will be for your this OS, and there are also some, if suppose if it is a BW, the parameters will be different. If it is ERP parameters, because OLTP requires something, OLTP requires too much of reading. So because that's how you segregate the memory based on your system and type. But in a HANA, it is simple. So there are only two aspects. That's it. You assign 80 to 90% of your RAM to the HANA, and remaining thing is only for the OS. That's it. So HANA will take care of your all these activity, OLTP, OLAP, everything will be dealt with in that particular RAM itself. Okay. So that is easy when it comes to the HANA. So and then there is other possible additional memory requirements. Okay. So can you tell me what is this for an upgrade shadow instance? So it says you may, in addition to this 120 GB, so you may need another 55 GB or 60 GB of memory it is asking. So can you tell me what is it for?
It is for the shadow instance creation for during some process like.
Yes, yes. So, when we are doing the conversion or the upgrade of this particular system, So it needs an extra resources because we will talk more during the technical steps of some, how this shadow instance is created and what are the requirements and what is the purpose of this particular shadow instance. Yes, so this needs, because it's like at that particular time, two systems will be running on your system. One is your current system, and then it creates a copy of the existing system, which we call it as a shadow system. Okay. So for that to run, it needs some extra space. So it is important to consider this aspect as well. So which means you have 120 GB RAM is the needed one in this case. So you may go with 180 GB, or generally I would tell you to go with 252 GB RAM server for this system. Okay, we'll see. So that, I mean, even in future also you won't have to worry about it. Even your data size grows for another 2 years or 3 years, so that will not have any impact on your performance. Okay. So this is the HANA sizing report. This is in a nutshell, this is what you can make. And if you still want to go, get into more details. Okay. So it will give you the sizing report, what you have run and version of the report, date of analysis and all these things, what parameters you have set. So you can download this report as well. So SID of the system or version and your database version. So is it a Unicode system? Yes. And number of tables successfully analyzed, 93,381 tables. Okay. So number of tables with error 0. So this has completed successfully. So memory sizing calculations, column store data. Yeah. So it segregates the based on the type of these tables as well. So it has some tools. I don't know how it will do. That is why it is very important that you implement the nodes in the system. Because yesterday in exercise we have verified a lot of nodes, right? So it is very important that as per the conversion guide, you implement all those nodes so that the system will get the logic or the configuration of the programs to calculate such things. So it will calculate based on some logic, what are the column store data, what is the row store data, where there are insertions and writing, where there is a lot of reading. So it will try to segregate them, column store data, but that because SAP also doesn't tell you that this is a 100% recommendation, but it is just an assessment. It will give you some idea. Column store 15.6 GB you need, and row store you may need for another 50 GB. So and this memory requirement, initial data 30 GB. So like this, it will segregate it as much as possible. So and then it will give you. So this, see, memory sizing calculations are the. So you can see what is this 118 GB anticipated initial memory. So this, this is a subset of all these things. This 1180 GB is being used for what? Okay. So, fixed size code and stack and other services, around 50 GB it is being used. Okay. So, but anyway, so this is not our important aspect. How this has used this 118 GB, as I said. So the most important thing is for us to understand this system may need a minimum of 128 GB. This 120 GB, 118 GB of RAM to run this particular system. Okay. So disk sizing calculations, again, the way, as I said, disk, right? Data size. So how this 97 GB has been segregated. Again here, so column store data is so and so, row store data is so and so, hybrid LOB is this one. They both belong to row and column. Space required for merges, delta merges, we would say. So this is the part, and metadata and statistics, so and so 25 GB of this is needed. Okay. So like this, it will segregate, but again here, just get the initial disk size, and then you assess your growth of your database every yearly, and on top of it, you add some more what we call space and request for this one. And be careful, yesterday we discussed, right, initial net data size on the disk. So in a HANA, yesterday I think I have explained you, it is very important that what disk you take. Okay. So based on the type of HDD, SDD, and if it is an ERP and high availability, it is always recommended to go with the solid state or the top performing in that particular vendor, whoever is it. So let's say if he is AWS, ask them that what is your best performing thing, okay, and take that one. So, and based on that, it's not only the disk response time, it is also the IO throughput. All these things matters, when you set up the system. So it's better you allocate that particular this thing, okay. And yes, good. And this is what it will give you the shadow instance again, estimated size, cloning when it clone, how much. Yeah. shadow instance, it will give you this one 50 GB. We discussed what is this shadow 55 GB. What is it? So tables to be cloned in this cloning means copy of these tables. So it takes 27 GB. So corresponding workspace requirement, it means workspace nothing but temp. I mean, if my understanding is correct, it's temp only. So because first it has to take to the temp and then create a shadow. So it takes around, that's why it is equivalent. I mean, it needs equivalent of space, whatever is happening over there. So 55.5 GB of total shadow. Okay. So good. Same, this memory sizing for persistent memory, I mean NVRAM, it is also more or less equivalent to the disk space. I mean, this also, because at the end of the day, it has to go on right to the disk. So if you really want to understand more on this persistent memory, it's just disk, don't worry about it. If you consider the disk, this is taken care. Okay. If you still want to understand more on this, so refer this check note 2618814. Okay. So yeah, so here you can get the list of the tables who is taking the who has the maximum number of entries. So here you can see WB Crow SSGT or estimated memory. So in your case, it might be a case that you have billions of records in one or two tables. So those tables you may have to get it assessed with functional colleagues and then take action either to split it or reduce it and see wherever there is a possibility of cleaning up. Check it out. I mean, oh, why my table is so big? Okay, is there any possibility to reduce it, or is there any housekeeping do I have to do? So that assessment you do. That is what I'm this. So after this report, the first thing you may have to do is the data footprint reduction for the existing database by doing various house cleaning, index rebuild, table reorgs, and archiving. So there are various methods. Follow that. And at times you have the temp tables, which doesn't need any, I mean, they are useless when you move it. So, but just these temp tables, because of some bad logic written in the G code or somewhere, developers sometimes write these temp tables and they keep copying the everything, whatever is writing to the actual table. So such kind of tables, you try to get them. And if you don't need them, take appropriate action on top of it. Okay. So yes, as a basis guy, it is important for you to run this report and get it assessed with the solution architect and engage all the relevant, relevant functional. I don't think there is anything in developers in this aspect, but it's more of architect and basis and then functional in this case. Okay. So any questions on this HDB reporting before I go to this simplification item? HDB sizing report. Clear guys? See. The most important thing by the end of this course is, you should be able to run these reports, because note implementation and fixing those things and analyzing those dumps all are like your regular basis things. So what is it most important thing is you need to understand there are 6 to 7 areas. Okay, number one, the sizing. Number two, simplification item check you have seen, readiness check, and then custom code analysis. That's it. And maintenance planner, add-ons, business function, these things. So these topics you should be having crystal clear understanding. Okay, execution part anyway, if you refer to the conversion guide and you have step-by-step guides, but concepts wise you need to have a clear understanding. And after that, you need to understand how you configure Fury initially. I mean, when you do the conversion or when you set an SAP S4HANA system, how do you convert? I mean, what are the initial steps you have to do? So we will see how the analytics work. I mean, what are the configuration needed in the system for the analytics to work or machine learning algorithms to work. Okay. So that is the post steps. And technical conversion, it is more or less similar to your sum upgrade, except that there is a one part you select the DMO option. Okay. We'll see that also. But please, these concepts you need to be clear. So any questions on this sizing report? Are you all clear? At least how to run and how to download this report?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So that, yes, that is what is most important. I mean, at least if you know that part, is good. Now let's go to the simplification item check. Yes, so let's check this out, that report what we ran yesterday. Yes, simple. So see, simplification item check, custom code analysis, readiness check. Okay, don't get confused about these words. So readiness 2.0 or the custom code analysis, they are the three different activities, but readiness check, right? So that's why you see RC. See, even though it's a simplification check, RC means readiness check. So if you run a readiness check, it will give you all the things, simplification item and custom code related business functions, add-on, everything will be given over there, RC. But just for, to understand differentiating these aspects, so we are first understanding simplification items, then we discuss readiness check, and then we go with the custom code analysis. Okay. So let's run this report. So yesterday we ran this mode in background. So display the last check results. Let's click on this. So let's display. So let's see the initial shipment. Okay, what happened? So display application log, 1 second. So this is the simplification item check application log. Selections, go to, or let's take this one. This is strange. Today morning only I opened this. No check has been executed before the selected target version. So let's take this one. Now this is asking save as a variant. Okay. Is it opening somewhere? Let me close this.
Can we not see it from the job log, Nishant?
No, this simplification items are job log. We can see, no, this one we have to display it from here. This is strange. I mean, no check has been executed. Let's see this. If we see, no. It's crazy. Let's see what is this display application. Oh, this is fine, but we get this. Let's do one thing. Let's not select anything. Oh, no, we have to select it.
Is it because the job got failed that it's not able to display because the job is failed?
No, morning I opened it. Let's
Okay.
see. So /n SC38. Let's do one more time. So start check. New check display. This is strange. Let's see this one. No, it's not giving any prompt or anything. That's surprising for me. Let's see. I mean, any simplification will be fine for us. No, this target version we have not executed. So update the current latest version, upload, download, selections, edit, go to. So we are sure that we ran for this one yesterday. This one. Or is it opening in another session? No. So the thing is, it's not giving any error or anything as such. Anyway, let's trigger one more job. See. So no, hold on. Which one we are running? So job is scheduled. Okay. So this 1909, it's already, I mean, just now scheduled it. Let's see.
Nisha, I am able to see it for initial shipment pack of 2020.
Yes, it's the same for me. I'm able to see it from my SAP GUI.
Okay.
Maybe try again.
Maybe it works only once.
Yeah. That is why it is not
That's all.
giving me any error also. You see it, right? See, or it should tell us the error. That is why, see. It opened. Okay, thanks, guys. Maybe already somebody has opened it. Okay, good. Okay. So here again in simplification item check, be clear with your roles and responsibilities. So your first task is the most important thing, implementation of the note, right? The simplification item related relevant notes. That's it. So you implement this prerequisite, ensure that this particular job runs successfully. So if it fails, like in our case, raise a OSS message and get it corrected. Don't do, no involvement of your developers or anybody. Okay. Get the recommendation and ensure that that job finished and you get the list like this. Okay. So as I said yesterday, now the whole responsibility goes to the functional now. Okay. So what is it you need to understand here? So relevance, just get the overview. You don't have to understand too much. Relevance. So is it relevant for this or not? What do you mean by the relevant? Okay. When you move from the current ERP system to SAP S4HANA 2020 target version. So you be careful when you run the simplification item check. What is your target, 2020 initial shipment or FP1 or which is nothing but like in maintenance planner, you define the target, right? Target version. So you define that and run this report according to it. So now how relevant it is, for the, how relevant it is for the particular conversion or the particular activity. So this will show yellow means it is an average. So it is relevant and it has to be red means definitely it is more relevant. Okay. So let's put this and this one last consistency checks. Okay. So these ones definitely needs to be addressed. So wherever there is this particular consistency, right, red color. So these things you have to address them. There is no way, which means they are inconsistent. So if you inconsistent at level error, so which means your sum tool definitely will stop when it runs this particular check during the conversion. So you have to address them. Once these are addressed, or then you have to do a, what we call run the simplification item check again, so that you don't have any of these errors, or all of them are in green or not in scope like this. Not applicable. Okay. So probably relevant. So the yellow status is probably relevant. So these all has to be assessed. For example, the second one, generic checks for SAP S4HANA conversion and update, then asset accounting, storage location MRP. These are the functional topics. Okay. So here, if you go right side, yes. So category. So, and then the component, which component it belongs to, and then the SAP note. So that is the most important thing for the functional team as well. So each and every error or each and every issue, SAP will provide you a clear note. Okay. But if you and me go and read this note, we don't understand because you need the functional understanding. Well, as per the note, if there is something to be done from basis perspective, opening up the client to correct it or those things, general activities, you have to do it. So, but your functional colleague consultants has to go and read all of these and get them fixed. In these inconsistencies has to be addressed. Okay, that's the most important thing. And this component, you may ask this, why this component is important? Can somebody tell me why these components are important?
Maybe for raising OSS message.
Exactly. So, it is very important. We may overlook it. See, here you have the title, general ledger, and these things. So SAP has a dedicated, these components we have for various things. See, most of the times we get confused. We don't have a clarity on which component you have to raise. Okay. So, for example, ST22 also, sometimes not all dumps give you a component, but in our case, if you go to the ST22, so yesterday, so let's see, this dump has a component, SDF, check, SV and SMD. Have you come across a situation where you don't see an application component? Have you come across such situation? Yes, have you seen? I mean, for every dump, do we get this component, or sometimes we
Yes.
don't?
Normally, yes.
Yeah, normally yes, but there are scenarios where you don't get this application component also. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
sometimes it's too generic like BC or something, which is
Yeah. So
not pointing to the right component.
exactly. So that time we are always struggling, and there is a ping pong of from SAP one team to another team that happens. But in the conversion, so to avoid this thing, yes, we do see situations where there is no component. I mean, I have seen many times. So where I will be doing this ping pong between SAP and different teams within SAP. Okay. But in conversion, so the logs or the anything, or I mean the logs or wherever there is an error, so be assured that it will report definitely one particular SAP node and component, just to save you the time, because this feedback SAP has taken very seriously. So even in the readiness check or whatever you run, you see this component. So the first thing, okay, even if your functional consultant has been clear with these aspects, so it is very important that they have raised a OSS message and your recommendations and suggestions and get it assessed by the SAP. Okay. So definitely when you're doing a conversion project, so your customer or the client will have, consultant support from the SAP. So there is a mechanism where they can engage. So 6 months or 7 months, SAP will provide some support as a free of cost, or because SAP wanted to move the existing customers to S4HANA. So that is why they are offering this support. So they have dedicatedly allocated resources for these components. So developers and functionals and centralized, what we call, they call it as a globalization services team. Okay. So conversion, there is a very big team, around 2,000 people in one particular India location itself, they said for this one. Okay. So it is always recommended. I mean, you can suggest your functional guys, whatever you want to correct it, get it verified with SAP, so that you are on the right track and you are making a right choice. Okay, good. So that's it. I mean, in this one, there is nothing much from your basis perspective to understand, but hope this has given you some understanding of simplification item check. Okay. So the same result, okay, this same result, the readiness check is nothing but it's a, I mean, it's a, I will talk about it, what it is. So the same result will be taken by the readiness check and it will present you the beautiful graphs. Okay. So, I mean, under finance, how many critical errors are there? Under logistics, how many critical are there? What are in scope? What are not in scope? I mean, when you have the data, you can always generate nice analytical graphs and those things. That will be done by the readiness check and we will see there. So any questions on this thing, guys? Is it clear? At least two aspects, HANA sizing and running a simplification item check. Is it clear for you? At least.
Nishant, one question on
Mm-hmm.
this. So if functional team has done all the, from their side, if they confirm that they have done, so what will be the, if you run the simplification check again, so how we will confirm that, okay, simplification check is, our list is fine, means it will be green and cross for last consistency and exemption like we have for few items below?
This one not applicable.
Yes.
So these not applicable items, I mean, they may not need to worry. Okay.
Okay.
So they have to worry about only these red ones, inconsistencies. Got it, right? And they can have a look, they can have a look into these things, but I don't think there is any action needed for them. Okay. So it just says probably relevant and you can check it, but it's not applicable. The moment it is category is not applicable means, so the similar, so here you will see. So exemption possible means there's nothing. So exemption possible, what it will say, one second, not applicable. So if it is exemption possible, I mean, if you can skip and proceed, it will tell you, exemption is possible and you can skip it. But here it says not applicable. So which means these error ones has to be addressed. Once they address, if you run the simplification check, it will show you all green. Okay. What it means is these are relevant for your conversion, but inconsistent. So you have to address. So the below ones, these are irrelevant for your conversion or they not applicable for conversion. There is no action needed over there. Got it?
Okay, means the only point to be considered for this list is the consistency check, right?
Yes. Yes. Consistency check. That is most important.
Okay.
Okay. So consistency check, but yeah, this is a sandbox system. So you have only 4, but if you run it on your
Yeah,
customer
yeah.
system, you will find hundreds. Okay.
No,
So
Miss, my question arise because below we have some green tick for the relevance also. So I thought we have to
For the
relevance.
no, it says irrelevant.
Yes.
So irrelevant means there's nothing you have to do.
Okay. Yeah, that's the point. Means I thought, okay, fine, Meme. Got it.
You got the point. That's why I filtered with the consistency check. So which means there's nothing to be done for these. Okay.
Mhm.
So okay, let me explain you. So this green ticks, no action at all. Okay, irrelevant for your conversion. Okay.
Okay.
Now the first these things. So this is probably relevant. Okay, but consistency check is error level. You have to address it. That is clear.
Yep.
Okay. Now let's come to this one. So this is probably relevant,
Mhm.
and then so no potential inconsistency, which means they are very good. Now,
Okay.
so it says it is probably relevant. Okay, this functionality might be relevant, and the consistency check is not applicable.
Okay.
Okay, so this is, consistency check is not applicable. So what you have to do is, you have to go to this particular node. Okay, each one has this particular node, right? So you just verify it. Generally, if my understanding is correct or with my analysis, no action is needed, but it will tell you that probably relevant and just refer these nodes and take the appropriate action. That is what it means.
Okay.
Okay?
Got
It
it.
is relevant for your conversion. Consistency is not applicable at all, but however, you would refer to these nodes and understand what it is or how it will be. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And then below ones, completely irrelevant. So there's no need to worry about it.
No need to worry about. Okay.
See, summary. What I've explained is explained over here. Okay. So let's talk about it. This one. See, you see, relevance cannot be automatically determined. Check business impact note. So it will tell you clearly, check impact note, check impact note. So basically hardly there are 44 or 45. You have to just check the notes. That's it. You got it? So bottom below all it says check performed, item irrelevant, You don't have to worry. Clear? So wherever it says, check the impact note, business impact note, that's it. You have to check that note. Okay. So
Okay.
go by the summary. Good. So very good. Then, well, now let's go to the,
I have a small question in hardware sizing, Mishan. I don't know if it's how relevant it is, but it's regarding hardware.
Mm.
If you once open the report of hardware sizing.
Yeah, let me do it. So display the stored result.
Yes. Okay. Here you have said that memory requirement is around 118. So we of course use 128 GB of RAM and some 200 GB of disk size, predicting for 5 years. Okay. When we go down, there is something called as NVRAM, which is persistent memory, right? That persistent memory is part of that RAM, or is it apart from that RAM? I don't understand that.
Persistent memory is, it is on the disk. It's not part of the RAM. See,
Okay.
what is your persistent layer in HANA? What do you mean by the persistent?
Yeah, it's non-volatile and it is stored on disk. In case of power, it doesn't go as in RAM.
Yes.
But NVRAM concept is, I don't know, I feel it's a bit different. It's part of RAM or it's...
Now, have you opened this note?
Yes, I did open.
I can't open it now. Can I explain you later? I will download it and I will see it and I will explain
Sure,
you. Is that
sure,
fine?
sure, thank you.
I will note it down. Okay. Because it takes me to my corporate network, then it causes unnecessary problem. Okay.
Okay.
So I will note it down later. Note to check. Yeah, I'll explain you. Let me check it. Okay. Thank you. Good. So and then good. So these two topics clear right now. Required patches to the source system. HANA sizing we did. SI check we did. Okay. All clear with the topic?
Yes.
Good then. So let's proceed. So these are all we discussed yesterday. So cleanup, deletion of unnecessary clients we discussed, and then key takeaways we discussed. SI checks we did. Just going through these slides. Yeah. And then the cross application preparations. So cross application preparations, it includes uh, why the readiness check has been, it includes the deletion of the clients. Prepare the use of the maintenance planner. I've segregated certain things. What are the cross applications? Apart from this thing, so preparation of the maintenance planner, which we did, and then remove the unnecessary clients, which we discussed. So uninstall the Fury apps or irrelevant Fury apps with the Saint and applications, because as a part of the SAP S4HANA, those are calculated in the maintenance planner, and all your Fury front-end server and embedded, I would say. So embedded configuration will come as a part of the SAP S4HANA. So that's why you don't need these old Fury apps. Anyway, they are the SAP Fury apps, or a maintenance planner will tell you, these are the Fury apps or the available add-ons available in the system, and you don't need them in the target, so you can uninstall them. So you uninstall them. And application specific preparations like installation of nodes and stuff, which we already did. Okay. Now let's discuss about what is SAP readiness check and how do I collect the data in my ERP system for SAP readiness check. So yeah, 3 questions here. We will answer one by one. What is the SAP readiness check? Number 1. And how do you collect that particular data? Number 2 aspect which we need to understand, and how to upload in the SAP portal and get the results verified. Okay, these are the 3 things. So very simple. Don't worry with these definitions and all. Don't get confused. As a basis guy, you will be able to do it 100%. Okay. So as you prepare your SAP S4HANA transition project, okay, it is critical to understand both the technical and functional considerations that can influence the project scope and duration. Okay. So the term is, yes, we all knew technical and functional consideration. I have highlighted the important keywords. So technical means infrastructure, HANA sizing, so on so thing, and functional considerations are like simplification item, so on so things. So far what we discussed. And SAP readiness check for SAP S4HANA provides customers with the analysis tools and interactive dashboard. Okay. So as I said, this particular thing, this is one thing is more enough for you. You don't have to run individually the simplification item check, HANA sizing. Those are all things you don't have to run individually. So this thing will give you we will run and see. It's a very beautiful, and SAP has done a fantastic job in developing this particular tool. 1.0 is not so good. It was not, it looks like an amateur, but 2.0 is a pro. Okay. If you go to we will see the 2.0, it's a pro. It will give you an excellent graphs or excellent analytics. Beautiful visualizations, and as a manager or a project architect, you can immediately, you can see that what is my project status. You will get a project status, how many objects have been fixed and how many are still in there. So that kind of analysis tools and interactive dashboard SAP readiness check gives. Okay, just understand this definition. So SAP readiness check is nothing but it provides customers analysis tool and interactive dashboard to evaluate an existing SAP system in preparation for the transition to SAP S4HANA. Okay, we will see. Don't worry. What kind of analysis and interactive dashboard it will give you. Okay, so yeah, so yeah, has anyone has a background of analytics? Power BI or Tableau or this SAP Analytics Cloud. Anyone has an experience with the dashboards, etc.? Hello?
No.
No.
Okay. So, but you guys are using your presentations and data presentations, all SAP PPTs only, right? Normal PPTs. Suppose if you are doing management reporting or
Yes.
alert analysis, everything you are doing is PPT. Okay. So, yeah, as a thought, just think of it. From last 2 years, the technology has moved to this analytics. Analytics is in, you might have heard this data science, right? Data science and this. They are just the very big words, just a marketing stunt. People use data science and machine learning and all. There is nothing. It is just that instead of PPTs, when you have the data, you can prepare the beautiful graphs and interactive dashboards. We will see the one example is the readiness check, but there are a lot of things which you can do by yourself with easy tools which are readily available in GitHub or the Google. Okay, just think about it. I mean, if you have a ticket presentation to your management every week or every month, so you try to do with that Excel, you generate these graphs, and from next time onwards, you don't have to create a dashboard. That's it. It's very simple these days. If you know how to work on Excel, that's it. Take the data and import to that analytical tool. It will generate your graphs. Okay. But anyway, so such kind of, so now we have the data, and this readiness check will generate, I mean, like an analytic, it will generate a dashboard. That's it. Okay. So, I mean, yeah, it will, so to generate a dashboard, what do you need? Data. So for that, we have to run some particular jobs. We will see. So have you ever wondered which SAP S4HANA simplifications or items are relevant for you? We ran a simplification item check, but in the system, every time you go and check it, it is a little bit painful, or it might not give you some good impression. So yeah, it's just a question. We can run that. And which project activities are behind each simplification and how high the effort is. As I said, you need to track, right? I mean, where is my project? How many activities completed? How many are pending? So that project scope, this dashboard can give you. Will my custom code work with SAP S4HANA, and if not, what do I do? Or are my add-ons and business functions compatible with SAP S4HANA? Okay. See, in the entire conversion process, okay, remember, in the entire conversion or the entire course of this conversion, there are hardly three main aspects: custom code, add-ons, business functions. That's it. And then simplification items, fourth one. Okay. These are the four functional aspects which are very clear. These are the only four aspects which has to be considered during the conversion. Rest all are like your any other migration activity. Defining hardware, all these things are as similar to all your export import migrations you do, right? So all concepts are similar. There is no difference. But these are the only four activities, okay, which are very crucial to understand. So these four, as you can see, as I said, it's just an interactive dashboard. All these four will be reported in this readiness 2.0 check. Okay. So that's the beautiful tool it is, 2.0. So, I mean, these graphs, don't worry, I will show you just, how it will give you. So just, yeah, these graphs we will see. Don't worry. I mean, just for your reference, I put it over here. We will see the actual readiness check. First, understand. So there are three important steps to run this tool. Prepare your source system. Okay. So follow the SAP note 2913617. It is the master note for this readiness check. Always refer to the latest version of this particular note. And again, as I said, this note will bring you the configuration steps, like what are the reports needed to run the data, or, logic behind that, collecting that particular data. So the second step, preparation, is one. Execute the report or the readiness check. We will see how to run it. And then third, explore the results. That's it. So SAP UI5, what is this UI5? Can somebody tell? So via our explore the results, exploring the result means dashboards via SAP S4HANA, SAP UI5. What is this? Cloud-based front end. Can somebody tell what is the
It's
UI5?
something and add-on which will be used for Fiori administration or Fiori configuration.
Yeah. So via our SAP UI5 cloud-based front end. Okay, what is it? Fiori. Yes, correct.
So we are uploading the results there and checking
Yeah.
the.
No, what I mean to say is SAP UI5 belongs to Fiori. That's it. Simple. Whenever you see the user interface, this UI means user interface. So whenever they refer to SAP UI or SAP Fiori, which is nothing but the Fiori front end or the user interface of Fiori. That's it. Okay. These are all synonyms what they use. But in any training or any help SAP documentation or anywhere we see, either you see it as a Fiori or a Fiori front end server. FES, front end server. Fiori front end server they call it, or SAP UI5 based server or whatever it is. It is all they're referring to the Fiori. That's it. So there is only one interface, as I said, right? So they want to have same view, or everybody in the overview I've explained, same user interface across all platforms. So that is what Fiori is. Okay, that's it. Three. So yeah, again the process steps, I just put it in some. So the first thing, prepare ERP system. So implement this note. That's it. So execute the collectors. I mean, there is a job to execute like we run for the simplification item check. Run the job. So transfer the analysis data, which means download that data and then explore the results. I mean, from that data itself, you can see, I mean, open that in a text or, notepad, you can see the result and upload it to the Fiori front end or a Fiori front end and analyze, get the graphs. Okay, that's it. So, and then fix the issues reported in that graphs or the dashboard. Then you proceed with the conversion. That's it. It is. So this is the overall part. So yeah, again, I've been central note, read it and review it and follow the steps given over there. So this is what the note. So SAP Readiness 2.0. So always check the latest version. So this is very old screenshot I put. So 11/20/2021, and you can use the latest version. Okay. So 2.0. This we did readiness check, simplification check. So what I'm trying to say is readiness check also refers to this particular job or the output of this particular job. Okay. So it is important that you always use the latest simplification item upload to the system. Okay. So for example, I told you this one is C38. What does it mean is /SDF not HTTP. Okay, so what it means is whether you are running this readiness, simplification item check or thing. So you always, as per this particular master node 25025552, if you open it, if somebody has access, you go and check it. There is an attachment at the bottom of this note. Okay, you can check it. So attachment. So you always get the latest simplification item zip file and then upload it. You see here, you see a button, right? Upload simplification item catalog from file. Okay, or if you define an SAP OSS connection, you can directly connect it and upload it from here. But it is important that you always have the latest version of that particular simplification item DB. That is what this one is. So readiness 2.0, it needs to have the latest version of the simplification, but anything. So you have to have a latest file should be uploaded to the system. That's what it means. It uses it. Okay. Yeah.
Just a small question. The version here, suppose for example, we are referring to 83 for that note. In support portal, the current version is I think 89.
Yeah.
So the zip file will be updated as well. The latest version changes, right?
Yes. Yes.
So the zip file.
The moment you update the zip file, no. No. The zip file will come up with this version. You see this version?
Okay.
See, not the note version. See, the one which I highlighted, local version 03/23/2021. So if you upload the file from that particular note, you get that zip. This is the version it gets uploaded into the system. You got it? What I'm trying to say. So, but the note version. So before you run this, for this report to run, you have to implement this latest version of this note.
Okay.
Both of them are only one, Nishant?
No.
Both,
So
right?
see, first you have to do the 89 implementation of this note.
Okay.
2502552.
Okay.
After that, so I mean, as a part of that note, it will tell you, right, to upload this. If you go down, if you have that note, let me check in my this thing, if I have downloaded this note. So this ADM328, wait. See, the problem is if I connect to this mine take a single sign-on and text to my corporate network. Okay. So, yeah, I have the note. Okay. Good. So reason and prerequisites. So if the latest version is 89, okay. So first thing is you have to implement this note. So once you implement this note, here you see the note version as 89. Clear this part?
Okay.
That's clear. And then when you download this attachment, right? This document is referred by.
It won't be there in PDF, I think.
It won't be there in PDF. Anyway, So when you download that particular attachment, I just see if there is an attachment mentioned.
There is no attachment.
No, it should be there.
Okay, maybe
Or
different note. I am checking in support portal.
you don't see the attachment?
No.
Or you go to the, one second, I will tell you. Or directly go to the S4HANA conversion page, our standard page. SAP S4, you can download from there as well, SAP S4HANA.
Sagar, are you sure you are seeing 89 version? Because I see 91. Which is
Yeah,
least.
91. Yeah. Now I think, yeah, 91. I'm seeing 91.
Does it has the attachment?
No.
No?
No.
Or let me see. No. Or there is a link it will give you where you can go and download it. Hold on. Reason and prerequisite. Follow the descriptions in the attached PDF. No, there is an attachment. TCI for customer PDF. You see that attachment at least?
Unfortunately, no. So this was in 89, they said, right? Let me check the changes. They have changed it.
Or let me do one thing. One second. I'll show you. That is important thing. Let me stop presenting. I will connect and I'll give you. Okay? Just give me a moment.
Okay.
So notes.sap.com. Yeah, I'm searching. Okay, I'm going to my corporate network and I will see it.
Mohan, there is another note for this TCI of customer, right? It is mentioned in the note. Are we talking about the same attachment? If you see the comment, it is mentioned that follow the description attachment TCI for customer.pdf from note 2187425.
In which line it's saying?
Okay, no, it is for S note. It is in reason and prerequisite. 2187425. It is mentioned in
Following
prerequisite
the
and solution also.
descriptions in the attachment from note, if described. But I don't see attachment in this note.
In this note, there is nothing.
In this note, there is no attachment. Hold on. I will give you the exact path where it is available.
Probably SAP missed to attach again in the new version.
Hey, no. So go to the note, this note. Let me ping you. So there is a PDF attached. Just go to that note and go to the attachments. So there's a section as attachments.
Yeah,
Yes,
this one I was
please.
speaking
From
about.
note, from the note.
Yeah, from the note itself. So just open that PDF. Let's see what it will tell you. So this is, no. This doesn't speak about the simplification item download.
It's transport-based correction instructions.
So SAP S4HANA. So does anyone have that link? I mean, yesterday we discussed, right? SAP S4HANA master link. I forgot to save that. There itself, let me Google it. S4HANA.
I kept you in chat again.
Okay, so let me search it. Yep. So getting started, implement, go to the implement and then simplification item catalog. One second. So this I have done. I have documented these steps also last time when I did. Okay, so guys, let's not waste time. I will share you the steps. Okay, I will find it out and I will tell you. I've done it and it's a simple. So we have to go to the, there are steps. This simplification DB, you can download it and you just have to upload that particular file. Is that fine, guys? I will tell you exactly from where you can get this one. Is that fine? Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's not. One second. Let me close these things. Okay, so I will give you the clear steps from where exactly you can download it. It's a very simple thing. It's just that you need the path to, I mean, from where you can do that. Okay, it is definitely the note would have pointed somewhere. So, but in this at this moment I cannot recollect it. I will let you know. So let me share my screen again. Where is this one? Okay, let me know once you see my screen.
Yeah.
Good.
See it.
Yes.
So yes, I've noted down the thing. Steps to. So one is note to check. Steps to upload simplification. Okay, I will do that. I will give you a documentation. Oh, today evening I will check it and I will let you know. Okay, good.
I'm not sure I understand.
So, well, I mean, the important thing is, okay, hope, come to the discussion. The important thing is to have this latest version. Yeah, as you have, I mean, somebody try to explore it. Yes, that is very important. Let me close this particular thing. Where is my system? So you should ensure that this particular version has to be the latest and the note you implemented also has to be the latest, 89 or 91. So two things here. Okay, these two has to be perfectly with the latest version. And moreover, you have to freeze these versions also. Remember this, yesterday we discussed, right? Once your development is done, so you have to freeze this version and this version. Okay, you should not, you cannot change it to the test system and pre-prod is different. No, so you have to freeze it, what version of the nodes you are using across the landscape, and you have to close the project with that. So again, if you change the version of either this or this, then that's it. I mean, it will cause inconsistencies because something would have definitely changed. So unlike earlier, these kernel versions and all downward compatible, right? I mean, we have this understanding in basis terminology. So whatever the latest version is downward compatible. You know that, right? You heard of it. So that kind of logic doesn't applicable in this conversion because it's a functional thing. So every time with a new version, they will introduce the new bugs and new corrections over there. So you have to freeze it. But after the conversion, then I mean, accordingly, SAP will release you the post-conversion steps or the nodes to be implemented. But it is important that you have to freeze these versions at particular time. I mean, after you do the development system. Okay, so good. So now, so this part we discussed. This is required. Data collection in the source ERP system. We have to run this particular job, RC collect analysis data. So we will run it and see in SE38. So in the zip, once you run this one, you can download a zip file and take that zip file and upload it to the readiness check tool in the Fiori front end, which is like maintenance planner. There is a URL SAP gives. So here, these are the checks what you have to do. So ensure that simplification consist checkbox is not selected. So I'm referring to this one. So what it is, I'm trying to explain there. Select this thing. So simplification item consistency check is not executed, or simplification item effort drivers are not selected because you have already executed and it is available, or else unnecessarily it takes time. Okay, so don't select these two items when you run this readiness check, and select these transaction usage, interface, business process analytics, and all these things you can select it. Okay, and we are going to use the SAP S4HANA 2020 shipment stack as the target. Okay, so simple in a nutshell. This slide will explain you in a nutshell all three steps. Run this report, calculate it, download it, upload it. Don't take the file and upload to the Fiori that I have not shown here. Upload it to the Fiori. Okay. So how do I? Is it clear, guys? Now it's very simple. Run a job, download the file, and take it to the Fiori front end. We will see how to do that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. So now, how do I create and work with SAP Readiness Check Analysis? Okay, so check the downloaded analysis. Okay, first let's do the so far whatever we executed. So after this we will proceed further with the other things. So let's go to the exercise. What is the time now? 10:16. Okay. Shall we continue this? No, first we will run it. Okay, we do a quick exercise and we'll take a break, and then we will reassemble and discuss about how do we analyze it. Okay. Good. So first, let's do these two things. Run the job in our system, and let's see. Let's go to the exercise. Wait on this thing. Data is in closet. This is readiness URL. Materials. So readiness check lab 3. Open the lab 3. So yesterday, we checked the version of the simplification item catalog in the system, and then we did it. We have run that. Familiarize yourself with the data collector report. Okay, second exercise. Okay, go to the lab 3, second exercise. So these are the two exercises we do. Number 2, 1, collect the data report we run, and then we download the analysis, and then we inspect the collected data. This is the third part we will discuss after the break. On the Fiori, how do we analyze? But the first two things are important. Please open this thing. Go to exercise 2 in lab 3. So there we are. Good. So familiarize yourself with the SAP Readiness Data Collector report. So this is the report, RC collect analysis data, and this is the master note. Refer to it. Simple. What we are going to do: execute the report, see which data collectors are selected, and check the job logs for the collector roster. Okay. Let's go to the SA38. Take this job. Go to the system. Let me close this also. Go to the system, go to SA38. So put this one, execute it. Well, so let's not select these two, which we have already run, and it will eventually use the already ran the report. So let's do the initial shipment. So, and then, one second, where is your this thing? Yeah, go to our exercise. So follow these guidelines. In the scope selection for the discover phase, scope selection for the discover phase means this one, scope selection. So what it says is only the financial data quality is unselected. Okay, unselected by default, since depending on the amount of data, this collector may run longer than the other object. Okay, so by default, what it means to say is financial data quality. Okay, this is unselected. Default, if you run this report, that's what it tries to say. So it is unselected because it takes longer time than the other checks. Okay, so it should be run separately. What does it mean is, see, by default we don't select this one. Okay, if you you run it separately, deselect all of them and you run only for this financial data quality, only for this one separately. So that's what it means to say. As a best practice, don't select this because it takes longer time. So you do it separately. After you run the other checks, you run it separately. Okay. So and then if there is a great amount of data in the sense, you may run the data volume management also separately. Okay. So as you said, you have this 7 TB of data, right? 7 TB or 9 TB of data. In such cases also, you can deselect all of them. You run only the data volume management separately, this one. Okay. So these checks you can run either individually or you can run together, all of them. So all of them means if it is a huge database or a big system, it takes lots and lot of time. If it is a functional system, I mean functional in the sense where there is a huge number of functional tables and stuff, it takes a lot of time. So what you do is you do the data volume management separately and this financial quality also separately, individually, 2 reports. Okay. So that is what, I mean, here I have given some explanation on these 2 things. Okay. Now, in our case, as we have seen with the sizing report, right? It's very simple system. So I have selected everything. Okay. Let's do that. I mean, let's not do this. So for this exercise, do select the financial data quality check as well. So just read my text, whatever I put. I mean, in this check, you run this. So in this scope selection planning phase, select the simplification effort drivers. Note. So leave the simplification consistency check. We don't do it. Unselected. Check later when you have solved the relevant simplification items. Okay, that's all right. So what it means to say is, so this one, don't select it, which we already ran, or first fix those issues and then run this particular thing. Okay, I mean whatever reported as errors, right? Then once you run it, then it will give you a clear, I mean no errors or nothing. Everything looks good. That kind of thing it will give you. Don't run it. So we unselect it. But effort drivers, I mean, which of these simplification items will take longer time? That we will select it in this case. Okay, that's what it means. So schedule the analysis for the immediate execution. I mean, we know schedule the analysis. So which means except that item consistency check, I have executed everything. So then go to my job, check the executed this one. So username. So what is this client 100? Why is it for this one? So 10 steps to S4, and then I will give my username 5APT3CH. Password it has not taken. Okay.
I think it's asking for SAP connection.
No, it should not. Go to my jobs, check, enter the RC job name, executed. That's strange. It should not go to SAP. I mean, none of those checks will go to the SAP. What it is doing.
Nishanta, I just did and the job has scheduled for my session. Okay.
Okay, we are all doing in parallel, so that's why the system is okay. So then no, that's okay. Oh God, then I also executed. Yeah, it has finished. I think we both are doing together, so then it has. That's okay. Okay, let's go to the. Okay, guys, now you understood, right? Just your. Oh, sorry, wrong T code I executed. So I have created one some text for you guys. So let's go to this presenter view. Okay. Yeah, this slide. When you run this RC collect analysis data, what it is going to do? Okay, it is going to trigger so many jobs. We can see that TMW, RC, BPA data collection. I mean business process data. But each of these things, let's check it out. I'll tell you. You see, you can you see this TMW, RC, BPA, TMW, RC, DVM, TMW, RC, EFD, TMW. DVM means data volume management. BPA means business process analysis something. So this RC collect analysis data will trigger each of these tasks one job. Okay. For example, SC38. Let's see it out. Each of the scope selection for a discovery phase, right? This text. So for example, data volume management, one job has been triggered. BWE, business warehouse extractor, one job has been started. Business process analytics, one job has been triggered. Okay. Financial data quality FDQ, one more job will be triggered, like that. Okay, so for each of these scope selection, it will trigger jobs accordingly. So you see here, so these are the jobs which you need to look for: TMW, RC, DVM, data analysis, DVM, RC site management, simplification item check. SITM means simplification item check, data collection. Okay, so this is the information about this particular job, what it will trigger. Okay, so is it clear, guys? So this RC collected data, this analysis report, SC38, it's in SC38. So it will, sorry, SM37, execute. So that's it. So these are the jobs you can see. Some of them are already completed. RC, BPA, DVM, EFD. So data volume management is running. And then, so this is the main job. So it says it is cancelled. That's okay. But let's see. Let all of them completed. Okay. So RC HANA data collection has been cancelled. That's why this shows as cancelled. But it should collect the remaining data properly. Let's wait for it to complete. Okay. This one complete. But just understand that this RC collect data will trigger the jobs, TMW, whatever is with the TMW, right? These are all the triggered by this particular, SITM, simplification item check, innovation, because we have checked effort, we have checked in the scope, right? Effort drivers for the simplification item check. So this job will check that. HANA S, so data volume management, these two jobs will provide you the HANA. So HANA S is nothing but this HANA sizing, what we have run HDB sizing, right? It will provide us the similar data. So is it clear? Just run the report. So in order to run the report, as I said, the master note of this one, guys, please remember, for any check, right? So it is always, you always have to refer to the master note. Okay. So for this readiness check also, I have mentioned, this one. So always follow this: preparation, execution, collecting the data, and putting it to the theory front end. These are the steps. Prepare. So this is the master slide for this entire readiness check. Okay. Prepare, execute collectors that we did just now. And then after the jobs complete, we download the analysis and we will upload to the theory front end. Okay. Any questions, guys? Is it clear, at least this part now?
Yes. Yeah.
Very good. So what we do is we will take, 12:27, 13 minutes break. We will reassemble at 12:40 and we will download this analysis. And these jobs may not complete in next 30 minutes or 40 minutes, but at least we try to take the earlier run data and we will put it to the theory front end and then we'll analyze it. Okay. Clear? Are we good?
Okay.
Thank you.
Nishant, after this job is run for the collector analysis,
Mm.
okay, so I have run it and I think I saw in the system it has failed, I think, in our system.
Mm-hmm.
It has failed. So in your activity, it is being told that it has failed. We have to check the readiness check. Sorry, the standard note, which note has to be implemented for that particular collector.
Yes.
But in the note, it is mentioned, in the standard note, it is mentioned as 2758146 for the job which has failed, but it is already implemented. But still the job has failed. So maybe you can explain that.
Okay. We'll get to that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So first, in previous session, we had a question, right, on the simplification item. I will clarify that and then I will again continue with this readiness check. Okay. Anyway, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. So Sagar, are you there?
Yes. Yeah.
Very good. So Sagar, in the break time, so I'm able to find out, how to upload that simplification item. Okay. See, you see my screen, right?
Yes.
Let me know. I pinged you one link, or let's discuss the note first. So this 2552 is the, okay, guys, what we are discussing is in the system, here was the question, right? How do we upload this version? Simplification item catalog source. It's very old, March. So where to get this file? Upload simplification item catalog. You always have to take the latest version and upload it over here, right? As per your target version. If it is 2020 or 1909, whatever is it. Okay, how to get that file? That is the question. So now go to this note. So yeah, 239970 is the note it is pointing to. So I have downloaded that note as well. Okay, so let's open this one, 707. Let's see this. Yes. So here, this particular section refers to that particular thing, Sagar. Okay. Start the report, this one. Simplification item check option, choose the target version, that is fine. So update catalog with the latest version from SAP, right? This is the step we are worrying, right? Update or upload, update. Okay. So direct SAP means you need OSS connection or upload a catalog from a file. Okay. Any two of them. Okay. That's the, okay. So if the above does not work, okay, from SAP means you need an OSS connection. Clear, right? You need OSS. If it doesn't work, you can you can download the file from the simplification item catalog on this particular page and upload it to the report. Okay. So if you go to this report, I mean, if you are in the system, click on this link. I pinged you in the chat.
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yes.
So now you go to this, so you get a screen like this. Okay? If you are going to the SAP S4HANA 2020, so click on that. You clicked on that?
Yes.
Okay, and then at the right side at the bottom, you see a download button.
Yeah.
So download it. It will give you a file.
Yeah. It downloaded a zip file. Yes.
Yes. So then you will see a file like this, downloads, simplification item catalog zip file, right?
Yeah.
2021, 1124 or whatever is latest available for that particular file. So then go to the system, upload from the catalog file, just give this file. So and stop. So then folder, where is this downloads, where are you download? Yeah, downloads. So and then all files, let's see. Anyway, just select the file and put it there. That's it.
Okay.
So you got it right? That is how you do it. Did it answer the question?
Yes, yeah.
Good. So, well,
maybe a small thing, the version of the note and the file that we update, there can be a difference, right? The version
yes.
yeah.
So this version is different. I mean, this is the
Version is different
simplification version.
Yeah.
Okay, it has nothing to do with the version. So let me paste item. Okay, this has nothing to do with that. Okay, good.
Okay, thank you.
So that is done. So now let's, good. So now let's go to our system, SM37. Let's see what's happened to our jobs. So this job has failed. DVM, data volume management, is failed. HANA S is basically this sizing or the data volume management. Because of these two jobs, this reported as an error. RC collect analysis data. Let's see. So job log. So business process data collection TMW BPA is finished. So rest all finished. So errors occur during the HANA sizing. Okay, this is similar to our HDB sizing report what we did, right? So this also has done such a report. So this has failed. I mean, this particular job has failed. So then let's go to this one. HANA, not DVM. HANA, yes. Let's see what it has failed. HANA sizing data collection at some 37, there is some exception, system exception, ST22.
There is a parallel job running for HDB sizing triggered by
Okay. Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Yes. So yeah, but someone, Abira or somebody was asking me.
Yes. Yeah.
Wait, was this one? Some note or something she was referring.
This note, the standard note, it is mentioned in your in the activity only that if the job has failed, we have to refer to this note. I pasted in the chat.
Yeah, 231329136117, right?
Yes.
So did one of the data end with an error? If yes, which one is it? check in the central SAP readiness check note, which SAP note has to be implemented to enable that collector. Yeah, Abira. So 2913617 is the master note. One second. Where is my SAP ADM328? Let me see if I have downloaded that note. This one, right? 2913617. Yes, I have downloaded it. Let's see. Okay. So whichever job has failed. So in our case, this HANA, yes, this has failed, right? Abira, this one. Abira, right? Who asked this
Yes.
question? So each of these jobs, right, has a reference node, master node 2758 or 18. In this case, 187.72170. This SAP node delivers the ABAP on a HANA sizing, and so basically you have to look into this particular node and check if the latest version has been implemented at this node. I mean, whatever you have freeze dried that node, and if still it is not working, Abira, you have to raise it to this component. That's it. There's nothing you and me can do.
Okay.
So it's a standard reporting or the logic which SAP is providing to calculate it. Got it, right? So if it is, so that is why the master node has a reference for each job. If one particular job fails, check the job log and see if your background generic issues like your system is loaded or work process not assigned, such issues you can figure out. But if you think that exception has erased or if syntax error or something, so it is always good to raise to the this component, okay? Because these are all the customized reports or the conversion dedicated reports which SAP is producing along with these nodes. Got it? That is how you should for every job. So see, each job has a reference node and the latest version. Okay, follow this node, then you will get some basic understanding. Okay.
So for this demo system, this HANA sizing note is showing cannot be implemented. So that might be the reason the job has
Yep. Okay. So now you understood, right, how to troubleshoot this thing. Simple. Okay.
Yes.
So and then, well, we ran this one. Okay. Now let's go to our slides. There is our slides. Where are we? This thing will come later point in time. Custom code. Let me go back. Go back. Very good. So we ran this report. Okay, let's go back. Yeah. So we ran it and we have to download it now, this particular RC. Then we will upload to the how do I create and work with SAP readiness check analysis part now. So where do we upload? So this slide explains how to do that. So collect the data. Run the this thing again. So go to SC38. So SC38, both we can do any of them. Let me do this thing. RC collect analysis data, execute. So download analysis data. So initial shipment and download analysis data. So you could see this, right? The analysis was finished on, we are taking the earlier one. That's okay. Okay. So take it. So let's put it to the, yes, downloads. Save the file. So it's transferring the package. So, no. So we should have checked this one, initial shipment for our 2020. That's why that thing. Still it was showing the old version only. It's okay, leave it. Whatever it is, we need one file. Whatever the data which was run earlier. So now, where are our slides? Go to this link. So this link I will ping you. So all of you can download this data. Go to this link. Check if you can access that link. Okay. So I clicked on this. So allow. Am I audible, guys? Hello?
Yes, we are accessing the link here.
Yes. So you access the link. It's simple. So it's a Fiori interface. I mean, SAP UI5 based this thing. So start new analysis. So analysis name, I mean, all of you can do S4H. So ERP, let me say FTD, your company name, underscore ERP2 S4H. Okay. So customer name, anyway, I can put it here. So I don't need to give it here. Yeah, when any customer name, just put it there. So analysis file, downloads. Where did it go? Yeah, RC2 analysis, you would have got a zip file, upload it. I acknowledge the terms, authorization, create. Yeah. So I mean, you have given access that SAP. See, there are two options, right? I mean, SAP, you have given an action, I mean, authorization for SAP to view this data. Okay. So see, it is getting in preparation. ERP to S4. All of you do it, guys, please. So it is in preparation. It may take time. Okay. Let's wait for some time. So we have.
I think we'll not be able to see it from our AC user ID, right?
You can do that.
Okay.
Did it ask you to log in? I mean, I just did.
I was already logged in.
Then upload the data, start new analysis.
Okay.
Do it. I mean, you have downloaded from the system, right?
No, I haven't till now.
Just go here and just select the initial shipment and download analysis data. You click on this button. Okay.
Okay.
Download analysis data. So for me, mine is getting prepared. You can see in preparation. ERP to S4H. Anyone else has triggered it or only me?
No, I am doing it. I am also creating
Good.
the analysis. Mohan.
Okay. Hi, Mohan. Good, good. Okay. So this is the slide we are. Let me present. So just give analysis name, customer name, and analysis data file. You browse it and select the both of the thing. And you know, I mean, it's just that you are authorizing SAP to have a look at it. Second option. The first option is disclaimer.
Yeah, mine is also in preparation.
Very good.
So here it is showing as KS1 as the SID. It is ABA, right? ABA?
Yes.
No, that's okay. Don't worry about it. or it would have downloaded the old some file as a part of backup or something that had come, right? See, if you click on this one, wait, where is this one? So when we do the download analysis, right? So it is taking 1/12/2021, which means 2021 January 12th. Yeah. So I mean, it is not taking our latest one because our job has failed, right, Mohan? Okay. So it was taking the previous run, this one, and that time this system, or it's a copy of some KS1 system. Okay, because it's in CAL system. So, but anyway, you are having the data of this readiness check 2.0. Okay.
Yeah.
So our whole objective is to see the visualizations and stuff. But if this job has finished, and it will give you for this particular system. You got it right? What I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by default, it will take the last successful run data, right? Well, okay.
Yes. And for this target, I mean, suppose if you select this one, and then yes, last finished one. So it is already taking only last one.
One thing, I don't know, we are all running the readiness check, but I think one is enough. We all can check there. I think we have already triggered 2 of them with the Airbus client.
Okay. That's okay. That's okay. I mean, you download the data. I mean, that is how you download the data of this RC collected data and you upload it to this readiness check tool. I mean, this SAP ECC.
Mine is available and I can see it.
Yes.
Good.
I can see too, Mohan.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe I
The
think one. Okay, if one
Yes.
person creates, I think we are all can see it, I guess. As
Yeah.
our customer is saying.
That's the question I have, Nishan. So I
Uh,
can see the one which Mohan created and one I can see for your ID, which
10
is of
steps.
June 18th, 2020. So, and one is available for our customer, MEA S4 readiness check. So I'm not sure how this link
No,
is
no.
taking all
See,
this data.
no, I didn't get you. What was, see, I ran it before when I was practicing with your company. Might be that you are seeing.
Okay, but how we can see means yours or Mohan's data?
No, here
Is
you
it?
would have, see, you see my screen, right? Is my screen
Yes.
visible? Hello?
Yes, I can see. Yes, I can see your screen.
You can clearly see the description or what you have given. So 10 steps to S411.
It
So
is
who is this?
mine, Nilesh. It is
This
mine.
is
Yeah.
yours. So ERP to S4H, somebody has given this description. So you can see clearly the description, who has given it. You understand? So, so this is how we
Okay.
identify who has given it.
Okay.
Okay.
I think Nilesh, we all can see what has been triggered for Airbus client. So you
Yes.
can see PA, P1, MEA as well.
So I can see one of 10 step S2, S4 of
Yes,
18th June.
Yes.
it was available right from yesterday, even before we started this
Yes, yes.
exercise.
So
But
that's what
now,
my question is, Abhira, that how we can see 10 step S2, S4. Maybe can I share my screen for 2
I
minutes?
think
yeah, even
someone
I can
created
see
with
it.
that
Yeah.
name. Someone created with that
Yeah,
name.
someone, because not only us, right, this 10 steps to S4, it's a standard users people use, it's a CAL system, right? So many people are outside people would have done it. So that is why when you are creating, right, when you create a start new analysis, you give a unique name for yourself. You see who is asking this question? No?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's,
Okay.
yeah, so Nilesh or somebody. So analysis name, you give your name and the customer has to be you. I mean, your customer. Here, you see.
Okay.
So have a FTD or whatever is your customer. Let's see if it is there.
Yes, as Raja said, it's of 2020 date.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
someone worked on it and he also used the similar name.
Yes, yes. So and then analysis file name you give the analysis. I mean, anyway, it will upload, and I acknowledge it. So here, the moment I acknowledge that all SAP employees may access and use the readiness checks as purpose like support, services, and marketing. So I think if you don't want to do that, don't select it. And if you don't want
No, I
to
didn't.
be seen by somebody else, okay,
No,
I
we
don't know.
didn't.
I've never tried it, so I generally give always select this one. Okay, but it is good that let it SAP to verify this now. So, but you have to identify with your analysis name, whoever has asked this question. Okay.
And also for your information, when you go to this analysis list mode, you have the option to delete the analysis in case
Yeah. So here you can delete it.
yes.
There is an option, right? So for example, so here if you don't want it, I mean, once you're done, you delete your analysis. That's it. So Airbus customer, I think this one.
Somebody might have done from France or something, Nilesh, because you can see that ID is from France, the one which you are referring from 2020 June.
Yeah, yeah. I got confused with the same name. Like it has
Yeah,
been
yeah,
used by Nishant also
yeah, yeah, yeah.
in this
Mm,
training. So I got confused at how his readiness check is coming in Airbus account. So is it common or so how?
no, no, no.
I got the point.
These users are very common. See, we
Yes,
use the
yes.
CAL system, right?
Yeah,
Those
yeah. I
systems
got that
can be
point.
used by across the globe,
Okay. Hmm.
training purposes.
So that,
Okay. So,
that's why I got confused.
yeah, yeah. So don't get it, or you give your unique name.
Hmm.
Anyway, so this 10 steps to S411 also available. Let's open this analysis. Good. Okay, see, so analytics is this one. I mean, dashboards, anyway, you might have seen some dashboards, right? It's a very good thing. Okay. So this is what in Fury they have incorporated this analytics skills. This is what I mean. So even in S4HANA, after our conversion, we can see some exercises for invoices, for procurement, and those all there also you can see the graphs, beautiful graphs wherever it's needed. And the interesting thing is they are very interactive. Okay, so there is a difference static dashboard and interactive dashboard. Okay, you know, anybody, any idea what is the static dashboard and interactive dashboard?
Maybe with interactive dashboard you can click and you can dig into details about what is there
Yes.
listed.
So static dashboard means whatever is available, you just see it. That was possible with Java earlier. Okay. Or I mean, if they don't want you to do anything, just you view it. That's it. There's nothing. But these are all interactive. So which means you see, you keep your cursor there. So the moment you click on it, it has gone. So you can change the filters. Okay, whatever you want to do. So what you want to select. So you just select it. See the filters and all. So it's very interactive. I mean, you can filter it out. So all this stuff. See, you can select only this particular part and see the data. See, like this. So this is the very I mean, one of the best thing, you know, SAP has done for the what we call in terms of this conversion project. This is very useful, I'm telling you. So not only you, especially for this project lead and others, right? It's outstanding. So it will tell you what are well, let's go to our theory and come back. Okay, now we know how to generate these dashboards and we have these dashboards. Now I will explain you certain things and then we come back and then you will be able to oh, where is my slide? Okay, good. Present. Good. So now we know how to upload and how to generate this readiness check dashboard. Well, so these slides explain you, I mean, I want to give you some background of certain things. So readiness check for 2020, SAP S4HANA 2020, which has happened. So first thing is you can see simplification items. So let's go from the left side, okay, left to bottom, and then we come from right side to bottom. Okay, just to give you an overview of what are these graphs. So the first graph, okay, wherever you can see in your readiness check report also, simplification items. So relevant simplification items based on analysis of the existing SAP system with effort ranking. Okay. So what do you mean by the effort ranking? Where is this? Effort ranking, where are you? By relevance. By effort ranking, this is the first thing I'm talking about. So low effort. So these are the 69 items which needs very less effort. You can see what are they. Okay, means which you can fix it very quickly. That's what it means to say. Okay, so effort wise, how long you may need time, and medium 33, potentially high 4, assessment required 54, needs an assessment. Okay, so relevant, let's see the relevant. How many of them are relevant? You have 64 relevant and relevance to be checked 64. So the first thing is based on the effort. These are simplification items, nothing but the ones which we triggered just before. I mean, one job we ran and we have seen, right? Simplification item, that is it. So effort wise, you see low, medium and potentially high. This is what. So what you do is you have to focus on which is your top, potentially high in terms of the efforts, and assign the resources, and medium, and then fix the low as well. Okay. So you click on each of them and then you will get an idea. Okay, which department it belongs to. So by manual status, let's see, low. No, I just want to see the filtering. Yeah, this one, guys, we have to spend time in getting acquainted. So let's see. I want to see the only relevant one. Okay, now it has come. Okay, double click. What did happen? No. So now, yes, these are the 64 relevant items. Okay, this is how you have to click. If you calculate, so these are the 64 relevant items, and in this 2 are belongs to this one, 5 belong to asset management, 8 belong to database and data management, which is relevant to us, and then 16 belongs to finance, and like this. So as a solution architect, what you feel, what you think, what you do, so you assign these things to your respective functional departments. Okay, manufacturing, R&D, sales, services. So then parallelly ask all of them to work. So as soon as they fix it, then run the readiness check again, and then you verify how many of them are pending. You getting the point, guys? So this is, as you can see, within half an hour or 1 hour, we were able to, run that report. Maybe that report may take time based on your database size and stuff, but don't do it regularly, but every month, put some checkpoints. Hey, in 1 month, you guys have to complete so and so things, and then run it, and you get a project status. So once you have addressed all of them, and then this graph looks, again, you come and you see which one of them are low priority, medium, and potentially whether you have addressed it or not. That clarity you will get it. Okay, so that's the first part. And then where are our slide? Okay, so then second, add-ons. So currently installed add-ons. As I told you, this check will give you simplification items, add-ons, business functions, everything. It's a very useful tool. So add-ons, it will give you which are all third-party add-ons in the system, and what all things are compatibility. Let's see if we have a graph. For the readiness check. Add-ons, do you guys see this one? Compatibility scope analysis. So business functions, it has not given any data. So add-on compatibility also it has not given, because it could be the case that there are no add-ons in this particular system. It's a sandbox system. You see this, guys? So you will get a screen. It will tell you that if there are any third-party add-ons, or if there are any SAP other add-ons apart from the system, you can see here. So basically, you see a screen like, what did happen to this? Let me open again this module conversion prepare phase. Yes, this one. Where is this one? Yes. So you see a screen like this, add-on compatibility. How many are third-party add-ons or whatever it is, you will get a graph like this. And then data volume management, HANA sizing, estimated memory and disk sizing before and after cleanup, including archiving potential. So let's see if we have that as well. Yes, HANA sizing, in simulation of initial S4HANA memory requirement. So then it is going to the 118. So it needs, why this graph is not showing? Let's see. So it needs 118 GB of RAM. So database growth, that data is not available in this system, guys. So if there is a database growth, it will tell you that what is the database growth happened in this one, new functionalities or DVM reduction, data volume management. Those recommendations it will give over here. So it says simulation has not completed. Can you tell me the reason why? Can somebody?
Job failed, right?
Yeah. So when those guys have executed, the same thing would have happened. Or let's see if we can find some interesting another 10 instead of this 10 steps to S4. Let's see if we can find who's year one latest. Who is it? One of us has triggered this because it is today date.
Oh, no, I don't think.
It's with your S user ID. So
Nishant, there is one with our, maybe, is it possible to share from our screen?
This data, this is good actually. This, I don't know who has created it.
Okay.
This is good. Shall we use it? Okay, just for our understanding purposes, guys. See, add-on compatibility. Is that okay? Or yours is which one? Tell me. I can only
No,
see
it's not there. It's
No,
in
ours is not there.
ours is not there.
Okay, so I will use this one. This looks good. Okay, yeah, this has at least populated some graphs. Okay, so you see here, it's the basic somebody has run for this one. I'm using it as for the, explanation purpose. Simplification items we understood. See the beauty thing, integration. Okay, so it has identified 1724 interfaces in the system, which is huge. I don't know whose system is. I have to look into it because it's with my, in my portal, so it belongs to my landscape. So and then 50 impacted interfaces. So 50 interfaces will get impacted if you do the conversion. And then what is this 6? Let's see. If you click on that, it will take you are not authorized. Okay, this doesn't belong to me. Anyway, so IDOC interfaces or web services interfaces. What kind of interfaces also it will tell you. So most of them are web services interfaces. So 1023 mediated via middleware and 50 impacted. So you will get the integration related information also. And then the custom code analysis. How many codes you need manual efforts. We will do the custom code analysis later. But yeah, we will do it as a separate part, but this report will give you that also. So here 42,906 needs an adaptation or the corrections. Add-on compatibility, we are talking, right? So there are 3 unknown add-ons in this system and 7 are compatible, which means 7 add-ons which are currently existing in ERP system, you can continue them using in the S4HANA once after you conversion. Okay, so you can also see by vendor. Can you see this? So these gray color ones are third party. So see here, you can see the SAP 7 add-ons. There is no problem with those SAP add-ons, and third party add-ons are 3. So this will give a very good picture of what is your current status of the system. Okay, so good. And the another one, activities related to the simplification items. This one, right scan side. Custom code adaptation. How many of them are related, needs a custom code adaptation? 5. Business decision. How many of them needs a critical approval from your business? Okay, whether to correct it or get that approval. So business process redesign. So how many of them are needs a redesign and any others? So if you want to see this, what is that one? Yeah, business process redesign. Let's see. So this one, there is a way to by condition. Okay, by condition, manual, mandatory. Let's put this mandatory. Yeah. So these ones definitely needs mandatory and related simplification. There are 12 items and then activities. So here, yeah, business process redesign, this one. Okay. If you click on this, it will take you to the note or the reference where you can correct it or actions you have to take. Okay. And also you have the details about this one. So as a project manager or an architect, right? So you can keep allocating these things and then, keep track of your activities like this. Okay. So it's a very beautiful tool. Very nice and recommended SAP Fiori apps. There are 67 Fiori apps, cash management specialist, cash manager 63, general ledger 62. So these are all, there are total 860 Fiori apps are available in this particular system. Okay. So that is how you should look or analyze this particular readiness check tool. Where is this one? Yeah, I think we have talked about this. Recommended Fiori apps based on the usage strategy in the existing ERP system that we have seen there. Additional checks, financial data quality and business process automation, this we have seen. So compatibility analysis with the business functions. Yes, if you, in that data, we didn't see the business functions. And if there are any business functions which needs attention, it will give you that report also. So custom code we have seen and BW IDOCs related or the interfaces related integration that we have seen. Okay. So like this, for all the relevant for your conversion, what all it can affect, it will give you a clear dashboard of with the readiness check.
Thank you for attending the session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also feel free to ask your questions in the comment section below, and we will reply to them at the earliest.